The frozen wilderness has long been a vast repository of secrets, preserving fragments of the past in pristine condition beneath layers of ice and snow. The icy tundras, glaciers, and polar landscapes have yielded discoveries so enigmatic that they challenge our understanding of history, science, and even the limits of human endurance. Among these discoveries, 15 stand out as profoundly mysterious: the Otzi the Iceman mummy, the Piri Reis map, and the alien-like creatures from Lake Vostok. These finds not only unveil remarkable insights into ancient worlds, but also provoke questions that remain unanswered to this day. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. Otzi the Iceman. A 5300-year-old puzzle encased in ice. In 1991, a pair of hikers traversing the Ötztal Alps on the border between Austria and Italy stumbled upon what appeared to be a lifeless body protruding from the melting ice. At first glance, it seemed to be a tragic case of a lost mountaineer, but further examination revealed something astonishing. The frozen corpse was not modern at all. It belonged to a man who had lived over 5,300 years ago during the Copper Age. Nicknamed Otzi, this ancient mummy quickly became one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of the century, but his preserved remains also posed a multitude of mysteries. What makes Otzi so captivating is the sheer level of detail preserved in his body, clothing, and tools. His skin bears over 60 tattoos, some of which correspond to known acupuncture points, suggesting an ancient understanding of medicinal practices that predate recorded history by thousands of years. His belongings, including a copper axe, flint knife, and a quiver of arrows, offer a rare glimpse into the technological sophistication of his time. Analysis of his stomach contents revealed his last meal, a mix of wild ibex, grains, and traces of herbs, which suggests a deliberate and varied diet. The circumstances of Otzi's death have been the subject of fierce debate. Initially thought to have perished from exposure while crossing the mountains, later studies unveiled a more violent end. A deep wound in his shoulder was caused by an arrowhead, and he suffered trauma to the head, possibly from a blow or a fall. The discovery of these injuries painted a picture of a man who may have been ambushed or engaged in a deadly conflict shortly before his demise. Even more perplexing is the so-called Otzi curse. Several individuals connected to the discovery and study of the mummy have died under unusual or tragic circumstances. From accidents to sudden illnesses, these incidents have fueled speculation that disturbing Otzi's resting place may have unleashed an ancient curse. While scientists dismiss these claims as coincidences, the chilling pattern has added an air of supernatural intrigue to an already mysterious case. Otzi's discovery reshaped our understanding of early European life, revealing a sophisticated and interconnected society. Yet the true details of his life and death remain elusive. Was he a hunter, a shaman, or perhaps a victim of tribal warfare? These unanswered questions ensure that Otzi's frozen legacy continues to captivate scholars and laypeople alike. The Piri Reis map, a cartographic enigma from antiquity. In 1513, an Ottoman admiral and cartographer named Piri Reis compiled a map that has since become one of the greatest mysteries of historical geography. The map, drawn on a fragment of gazelle skin parchment, depicts the coastlines of Europe, Africa, and South America with astonishing accuracy. What makes this map extraordinary is that it appears to include parts of Antarctica, a continent officially undiscovered until 1820. Even more bewildering, the Antarctic coast is shown without the thick ice sheet that has covered it for millennia. How could Piri Reis have created such a detailed and accurate map without modern instruments or knowledge of Antarctica? This question has baffled historians, cartographers, and scientists for centuries. Piri Reis himself claimed that his map was based on a compilation of older charts and documents, some of which he attributed to ancient Greek and Egyptian sources. Could these ancient civilizations have possessed knowledge of the Earth's geography far beyond what we previously believed? One of the most controversial aspects of the Piri Reis map is the depiction of the Antarctic coastline as it might have appeared thousands of years ago, before it was buried under ice. This has led some researchers to propose that the map was based on knowledge from a lost civilization, such as the mythical Atlantis. Others suggest that ancient mariners may have had access to advanced seafaring techniques and knowledge of global geography that have since been forgotten. Skeptics, however, argue that the map's depiction of Antarctica could be a misinterpretation of South America's southernmost tip, exaggerated or distorted by artistic liberties. Yet the accuracy of the other coastlines on the map, especially for its time, lends credence to the idea that Piri Reis was working with sources of incredible precision. Adding to the intrigue, the Piri Reis map was lost for centuries and rediscovered only in 1929, tucked away in the Topkapi Palace in Istanbul. Its sudden reappearance sparked a wave of speculation and research, but its origins and implications remain as murky as ever. Whether the map points to a forgotten chapter of human history, an advanced ancient civilization, or simply remarkable cartographic skill, it continues to stir imaginations and fuel debates about what lies hidden beneath the ice and within the annals of time. Lake Vostok, alien life beneath the Antarctic ice. Deep beneath the frozen surface of Antarctica lies one of the planet's most enigmatic environments, Lake Vostok. This massive subglacial lake, buried under nearly 4,000 meters of ice, has been isolated from the rest of the world for over 15 million years. Scientists believe that it may harbor forms of life entirely unlike anything found on the Earth's surface, making it a natural laboratory for exploring the limits of life and the potential for extraterrestrial ecosystems. The discovery of Lake Vostok dates back to the mid-20th century, but it wasn't until the 1990s that its existence was confirmed through satellite imaging and ice-penetrating radar. Since then, efforts to study the lake have faced immense technical and ethical challenges. Drilling through the thick ice without contaminating the pristine environment has required advanced techniques and years of careful planning. In 2012, Russian scientists finally breached the ice, extracting water samples that quickly refroze before reaching the surface. Initial analysis of these samples revealed something astonishing: the presence of microbial life forms unlike any known species. These extremophiles, capable of surviving in total darkness, near freezing temperatures, and high-pressure environments, suggest that life can thrive in conditions previously thought to be inhospitable. This discovery has profound implications for the search for life beyond Earth, particularly on icy moons such as Europa and Enceladus, which are believed to have subglacial oceans similar to Lake Vostok. Adding to the mystery, some researchers have speculated that larger, more complex organisms might exist in the lake's hidden depths. Although no definitive evidence has been found, the possibility of discovering entirely new life forms has captivated scientists and the public alike. Conspiracy theories abound, with claims ranging from secret government experiments to encounters with alien life. These sensational ideas, while far-fetched, underscore the profound sense of wonder and curiosity that Lake Vostok inspires. Lake Vostok represents a frontier not only of Earth science but also of astrobiology. Its hidden ecosystem, untouched by time and isolated from external influences, offers a unique opportunity to explore fundamental questions about the origins of life and its potential existence elsewhere in the universe. Yet, the lake's secrets remain tantalizingly out of reach, locked beneath a frozen barrier that defies easy exploration. The Siberian woolly mammoths, giants, frozen in time. Deep within the icy tundra of Siberia, remarkable discoveries have been made. Woolly mammoths, perfectly preserved for tens of thousands of years, their massive frames locked in permafrost. These Ice Age giants, with their thick fur and imposing tusks, roamed vast stretches of the prehistoric world, and their frozen remains have provided scientists with an unprecedented glimpse into a lost epoch. Yet the mystery surrounding their sudden extinction, their near-flawless preservation, and the tantalizing potential of cloning these creatures has captured the imagination of researchers and the public alike. The preservation of these mammoths is astounding. Entire specimens have been unearthed with fur, skin, and even internal organs intact. Some still had partially digested food in their stomachs, offering a snapshot of their diet, which included grasses, shrubs, and other vegetation. The freezing process was so rapid in certain cases that the animals seemed to have been flash frozen, leading to speculation about what catastrophic event could have caused their sudden demise. One of the most famous discoveries is the Yucca mammoth, found in 2010 in the Sakha Republic of Russia. Estimated to be around 39,000 years old, Yucca's body was in such pristine condition that scientists were able to extract samples of its DNA. This has reignited debates about the feasibility of bringing mammoths back to life through cloning or genetic engineering. By using the genetic material from frozen mammoths and combining it with the DNA of modern elephants, researchers hope to recreate a hybrid species capable of thriving in the cold climates of the Arctic. Beyond the allure of de-extinction, these discoveries pose deeper questions. What caused the mass extinction of these creatures approximately 10,000 years ago? Was it overhunting by humans, dramatic climate shifts, or a combination of both? Some theories even suggest that a comet or asteroid impact could have triggered a sudden and catastrophic freeze, wiping out not only the mammoths, but other megafauna of the Ice Age. Adding another layer of intrigue, ancient human settlements have been found in close proximity to mammoth remains, complete with tools made from their tusks and bones. These artifacts suggest a complex and resourceful relationship between humans and mammoths, but they also raise the question, could ancient peoples have witnessed the extinction of these colossal beasts firsthand? The frozen woolly mammoths of Siberia stand as guardians of the mysteries of the Ice Age, their silent forms challenging us to unravel the secrets of a vanished world and consider the implications of resurrecting life from the deep freeze of time. The mummified sacrificial children of Mount Lulailaco. High in the Andes Mountains of Argentina, near the summit of Mount Lulailaco, an extraordinary and haunting discovery was made in 1999. The frozen bodies of Inca children, perfectly preserved for over 500 years. These young individuals, known as the Lulailaco children, were victims of an ancient ritual sacrifice known as capacocha, a practice believed to ensure the favor of the gods and maintain the balance of the natural world. The sheer altitude and freezing conditions of the mountain's peak created a natural time capsule, preserving not only their bodies, but their hair, clothing, and even the intricate ceremonial artifacts buried with them. The oldest of the trio, a girl known as the Maiden, was around 15 years old at the time of her death. Her braided hair, headdress, and finely woven garments reflect her high status, likely chosen from among the elite for her beauty and purity. The two younger children, a boy and a girl aged approximately 7 and 6, were also dressed in exquisite ceremonial attire and placed in a seated position as though in deep meditation. Their expressions, serene and undisturbed, add a chilling poignancy to their tragic fate. The conditions of their preservation have allowed scientists to perform in-depth analyses. Forensic studies revealed traces of coca leaves and alcohol in their systems, likely consumed as part of the ritual to ease their journey to the afterlife. Isotope analysis of their hair has provided a detailed record of their diet leading up to their death, indicating that their nutrition and care improved significantly in the months preceding the sacrifice, further highlighting their role as sacred offerings. The purpose of such sacrifices, however, remains shrouded in mystery. While historical records describe the practice as an offering to appease the gods, particularly in times of natural disasters or important events, the emotional and cultural complexities behind the ritual continue to intrigue anthropologists and historians. How did the families of these children perceive their role in the community's spiritual life? Did they view the sacrifice as a tragic loss or as a profound honor? Moreover, the chilling conditions of Mount Lulailaco raise another enigma. How did the Incas manage to conduct these elaborate rituals at such extreme altitudes, over 6,700 meters above sea level, with limited technological resources? The logistical feats required to transport the children, their ceremonial artifacts, and the accompanying burial goods to the summit reflect a level of organization and endurance that is staggering to contemplate. The Lulailaco children offer a haunting glimpse into the spiritual world of the Inca Empire, a world in which life and death were deeply intertwined with the forces of nature and the divine. As their frozen faces peer out from the past, they compel us to confront the depths of human belief, sacrifice, and the enduring mysteries of ancient civilizations. The cryogenically preserved steppe bison of Alaska. In 1979, a group of gold miners in Alaska made a startling discovery: the frozen, mummified remains of a steppe bison, an extinct species that roamed North America during the Pleistocene epoch. Nicknamed Blue Babe, due to the blue coloration of its hide caused by mineral staining from the surrounding soil, this remarkable specimen was radiocarbon dated to be over 36,000 years old. The exceptional preservation of Blue Babe offered scientists an unparalleled opportunity to study the biology, ecology, and behavior of this Ice Age herbivore, but it also presented mysteries that remain unresolved. Unlike many other Ice Age creatures found in permafrost, Blue Babe was not merely frozen. It was perfectly mummified, with skin, muscle tissue, and even its internal organs intact. Researchers discovered evidence that the bison had been killed by a prehistoric predator, most likely an American lion. Puncture wounds on its neck and signs of claw marks suggest a dramatic and violent end, frozen in time and sealed within the icy grip of Alaska's permafrost. What makes Blue Babe's story particularly compelling is the insight it provides into the predator-prey dynamics of the Pleistocene era. The sheer size and strength of steppe bison made them formidable creatures, yet they were hunted by apex predators in a harsh and unforgiving environment. Blue Babe's remains have allowed scientists to reconstruct not only its physical appearance, but also the conditions of its life and death, offering a snapshot of an ancient, untamed ecosystem. Adding to the intrigue, the remarkable preservation of Blue Babe's flesh even allowed scientists to cook and taste a small portion of its meat. This bizarre experiment, conducted as part of a celebration of the bison's discovery, provided a visceral connection to a creature that had walked the earth tens of thousands of years ago. The taste was described as somewhat gamey, with a hint of the earthy aroma of its frozen tomb, a sensory reminder of the bison's journey through time. Despite the wealth of information gleaned from Blue Babe, questions remain. How did this bison become mummified rather than merely decaying or fossilizing? What environmental conditions contributed to its near-perfect preservation? Was Blue Babe an isolated incident, or do other such frozen treasures await discovery beneath Alaska's vast expanses of ice and tundra? Blue Babe serves as a vivid reminder of the astonishing power of ice to preserve the past. Like a time machine locked within the Earth's frozen layers, the mummified bison invites us to peer into a world that existed long before human memory and challenges us to uncover the secrets buried in the icy depths of prehistory. As climate change accelerates the melting of permafrost, new discoveries like Blue Babe may yet emerge, each offering fresh mysteries and unparalleled insights into life at the edge of extinction. The frozen pterosaur of Canada's Arctic, a winged enigma. High in the remote Arctic tundra of Canada, a frozen relic from the age of dinosaurs was unearthed. A fossilized pterosaur, a flying reptile that once dominated the prehistoric skies. Although most fossils of these creatures are found in warmer regions, the discovery of a pterosaur fossil in such an icy and inhospitable environment has left scientists baffled. The find, dating back approximately 70 million years, challenges conventional ideas about the habitats and range of these ancient flyers, raising questions about their adaptability and migration patterns. The pterosaur fossil, remarkably well preserved in the permafrost, includes a nearly complete skeleton and fragments of its membranous wings. This level of preservation is exceptionally rare, as the delicate structure of pterosaur wings makes them highly susceptible to decomposition. The icy conditions appear to have acted as a natural time capsule, protecting the fossil from the ravages of time and environmental factors. One of the most perplexing aspects of the find is its location. Pterosaurs were traditionally thought to inhabit tropical and subtropical regions, relying on warm climates and abundant food sources. The discovery of a frozen specimen in the Arctic suggests that these creatures may have been far more versatile than previously believed. Could they have migrated seasonally, traveling vast distances between polar and temperate regions? Or did the Arctic climate of the late Cretaceous differ significantly from today, offering a more hospitable environment for these ancient reptiles? The fossil also raises questions about the ecological dynamics of prehistoric Arctic ecosystems. What kind of prey might a pterosaur have found in this frozen landscape? How did they survive the long, dark winters characteristic of polar regions? These questions have spurred new research into the adaptability of pterosaurs and their role within diverse and extreme environments. Adding to the intrigue, some scientists speculate that the pterosaur's preserved state may allow for advanced biochemical analysis, potentially offering insights into the composition of its wing membranes or the structure of its bones. Such findings could reshape our understanding of how these creatures achieved flight and survived in a world that was, in many ways, as mysterious as their frozen resting place. The Arctic pterosaur discovery offers a rare glimpse into a lost world and challenges long-held assumptions about the geographic and ecological limits of prehistoric life. As further exploration of the icy north continues, who knows what other ancient creatures may emerge from the frozen shadows? The Viking Warrior of Greenland, an icy tale of survival and mystery. In the frozen wilderness of Greenland, archaeologists uncovered a Viking burial site unlike any other. Encased in permafrost, the mummified remains of a Viking warrior were discovered, preserved in remarkable detail. This find, dating back to the 14th century, provides a unique snapshot of the Viking Age and raises profound questions about their daring exploration and survival in one of the most unforgiving climates on Earth. The warrior, clad in woolen and fur garments, was buried with his weapons, including a sword and an axe, alongside other personal belongings such as a comb and a small wooden bowl. His body, though weathered by time, retained traces of his braided hair and even fragments of the leather straps that secured his clothing. This extraordinary preservation offers a vivid picture of how Viking explorers prepared for the harsh conditions of the Arctic, but it also invites speculation about the life and death of this individual. Greenland was one of the furthest outposts of the Viking world, settled by Norse adventurers around the 10th century. However, the fate of these settlers remains a mystery. By the 15th century, the Greenlandic Norse population had vanished, leaving behind only enigmatic ruins and scattered artifacts. The discovery of the frozen warrior provides a rare and intimate glimpse into this lost community, but it also deepens the mystery. Was this warrior part of a thriving settlement, or did he belong to the last desperate remnants of a fading colony? What events led to his death in such an isolated and desolate location? Further analysis of the warrior's remains has revealed signs of malnutrition and physical trauma, suggesting a life of hardship and conflict. Isotope analysis of his teeth and bones suggests that he may have been born in Norway or Iceland, indicating that he was an immigrant to Greenland rather than a native-born settler. These findings hint at the complex and perilous lives of the Norse people as they struggled to maintain their foothold in the icy north. Adding to the intrigue, local Inuit oral traditions speak of fierce encounters with foreign seafarers who came from across the sea, describing them as tall, fair-haired warriors. Could this frozen Viking be one of the last survivors of such encounters? The warrior's silent form, preserved for centuries in the ice, poses questions that may never be fully answered, but serves as a poignant reminder of the resilience and mystery of the Viking Age. The Solway Mummies, frozen remnants of a lost tribe. On the edge of the Solway Firth, a rugged coastal region between Scotland and England, an extraordinary discovery was made beneath layers of compacted ice and peat bog, a group of mummified bodies dating back over 2,000 years. These individuals, known as the Solway Mummies, were members of an ancient tribe that lived in the region during the Iron Age. Their frozen remains, astonishingly well preserved, have offered archaeologists an unprecedented window into the lives, rituals, and mysterious deaths of this long-lost community. What sets the Solway mummies apart is not only their preservation, but the evidence of elaborate funerary rites. Each body was carefully positioned in the fetal position, wrapped in animal hides, and placed in shallow graves surrounded by offerings such as pottery, tools, and even food. The icy and waterlogged conditions of the peat bog created a natural preservation chamber, maintaining the integrity of their skin, hair, and even clothing for millennia. Analysis of the mummies' remains has revealed intriguing details about their lifestyle and health. Many showed signs of heavy wear on their teeth, likely from a diet rich in coarse grains and tough plant fibers. Their bones bore evidence of physical labor, suggesting a community deeply connected to the land and reliant on agriculture, fishing, and hunting for survival. Yet, their burial practices indicate a deep spiritual life, with rituals that hint at beliefs in an afterlife or reverence for the natural elements. The cause of death for these individuals remains a topic of debate. Some of the mummies display signs of violent trauma, such as fractured skulls and broken ribs, suggesting that they may have been victims of warfare or ritual sacrifice. Others show no clear signs of injury, leading to speculation about whether they succumbed to disease, famine, or environmental catastrophe. Were these people honored as heroes, or were they sacrifices intended to appease the gods during times of crisis? Adding to the mystery, the Solway mummies bear striking similarities to other bog bodies found across Europe, such as the famous Tollund Man of Denmark. These parallels suggest a shared cultural practice among ancient Iron Age tribes, yet the specific beliefs and motivations behind these rituals remain elusive. What drove these ancient people to preserve their dead in such a unique and meticulous manner? And what can their frozen remains tell us about the interconnectedness of prehistoric societies across the British Isles and beyond? The Solway mummies stand as silent witnesses to an ancient world, their frozen forms bridging the gap between the living and the dead, the past and the present. Their discovery not only enriches our understanding of Iron Age culture, but also invites us to ponder the enduring mysteries of life, death, and the sacred bonds between humanity and the natural world. The Antarctic meteorite, a frozen messenger from space. In the icy expanse of Antarctica, a startling discovery was made in 1984, a meteorite that would later be identified as ALH 84001. This ancient rock, found buried beneath layers of ice in the Allen Hills region, has since become one of the most controversial and mysterious objects ever recovered from our planet's frozen frontiers. What makes ALH 84001 so remarkable is not merely its extraterrestrial origin, it is believed to have come from Mars, but the tantalizing possibility that it may contain evidence of ancient microbial life. Scientists determined that the meteorite is over 4 billion years old and was blasted off the surface of Mars by a massive impact event, traveling through space before eventually landing on Earth around 13,000 years ago. Its frozen resting place in Antarctica preserved it in an almost pristine state, allowing researchers to examine its structure in extraordinary detail. Inside the meteorite, they discovered tiny carbonate globules and formations that some interpreted as fossilized remains of microbial organisms. The announcement of these potential Martian microfossils in 1996 sent shockwaves through the scientific community and the public, raising profound questions about the possibility of life beyond Earth. Could these tiny structures represent evidence that life once existed on the Red Planet? And if so, what does that mean for humanity's understanding of our place in the cosmos? The debate surrounding ALH 84001 is far from settled. While some scientists maintain that the formations are biological in origin, others argue that they could have been produced by non-biological processes, such as chemical reactions within the rock itself. Advanced imaging techniques and isotopic analysis continue to reveal new insights, but definitive proof remains elusive. Regardless of the outcome, the meteorite has fueled a surge of interest in astrobiology and the exploration of Mars, with numerous missions now focused on uncovering the planet's secrets. Adding to the mystery, ALH 84001's discovery highlights the unique role Antarctica plays in preserving extraterrestrial materials. The continent's ice sheets act as a natural collection basin for meteorites, offering a treasure trove of information about the history of our solar system. What other cosmic relics might be hidden beneath the ice, waiting to reveal the origins of life or the secrets of distant worlds? The Antarctic meteorite remains a frozen enigma, a tangible link between Earth and Mars, and a symbol of humanity's enduring quest to uncover the mysteries of the universe. The Franklin Expedition's frozen ships, a maritime mystery beneath the ice. In the mid-19th century, Sir John Franklin set out with two ships, the HMS Erebus and HMS Terror, to navigate the elusive Northwest Passage, a sea route connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through the Arctic. The expedition, however, met a tragic and mysterious end. Both ships vanished, and the fate of their crews became one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in maritime history. For over 150 years, the frozen Arctic kept its secrets, until modern technology and determination revealed the final resting places of the Erebus in 2014 and the Terror in 2016. Preserved beneath layers of ice and frigid waters, the discovery of the ships was a breakthrough, but it raised as many questions as it answered. Both vessels were remarkably intact, their wooden hulls preserved by the cold, oxygen-poor waters. Inside, researchers found haunting relics of the doomed voyage. Personal belongings, tools, and even canned provisions all frozen in time. Yet despite these clues, the precise sequence of events that led to the expedition's catastrophic failure remains unclear. Historical records and Inuit oral histories suggest that the ships became trapped in ice, forcing the crew to abandon them and attempt a desperate overland journey. Autopsies of skeletal remains recovered from nearby sites revealed signs of malnutrition, scurvy, and lead poisoning, possibly from poorly soldered food tins or the ship's water filtration system. These findings hint at the crew's suffering, but they don't fully explain why such a well-equipped expedition ended in tragedy. One of the most perplexing aspects of the Franklin mystery is the behavior of the crew after abandoning their ships. Evidence of cannibalism was discovered among some remains, suggesting the men faced extreme desperation as they struggled to survive in the unforgiving Arctic environment. But why did they fail to make it to safety despite being relatively close to known Inuit settlements? Did they succumb to the harsh conditions, disorientation, or perhaps a breakdown in leadership and morale? The frozen wrecks of the Erebus and Terror continue to be explored, their icy tombs yielding new insights into the daily lives and final days of their ill-fated crew. They stand as haunting reminders of the perils of exploration and the harsh realities of the Arctic, preserving a maritime mystery that will likely fascinate and puzzle for generations to come. The Yakutia Frozen Foal, a time capsule from the Ice Age. In 2018, deep within the Siberian permafrost of Yakutia, scientists made an extraordinary discovery: the perfectly preserved remains of a prehistoric foal. Estimated to be around 42,000 years old, the young horse belonged to an extinct species known as the Lena horse, and its frozen body offered an unprecedented glimpse into the Ice Age. Unlike typical fossilized remains, this foal was so well preserved that its fur, skin, hooves, and even internal organs remained intact, creating a true time capsule of a long-lost era. What makes the Yakutia foal so astonishing is the potential for extracting viable genetic material from its tissues. Scientists have already retrieved samples of liquid blood from the animal, sparking discussions about the feasibility of cloning extinct species or creating hybrids with modern horses. This raises profound ethical and scientific questions. Should we attempt to bring back extinct species? And if so, what role would these creatures play in today's ecosystems? The foal's discovery also sheds light on the harsh environment of the Ice Age and how animals adapted to survive. Analysis of its stomach contents revealed that it was still nursing at the time of its death, providing clues about the maternal care and life cycle of the Lena horse. The foal likely perished after falling into a natural depression or waterlogged area that later froze over, preserving it for tens of thousands of years. The find has broader implications for understanding Ice Age megafauna and their interactions with early humans. The Lena horse was a critical resource for prehistoric peoples, providing food, hides, and possibly even serving as a model for the domestication of modern horses. How did the disappearance of these animals affect human survival and migration patterns during the end of the Pleistocene? Further excavation and research in Yakutia have revealed more frozen animals, including mammoths, woolly rhinos, and cave lions, turning the region into a treasure trove of Ice Age biodiversity. Each discovery adds a new piece to the puzzle of how life flourished and eventually faded in the frozen landscapes of prehistoric Siberia. The Yakutia foal stands as a vivid reminder of the power of ice to preserve the past in exquisite detail. Its frozen form invites us to look back across millennia, exploring the dynamics of life and extinction in a world both alien and eerily familiar. As permafrost continues to thaw due to climate change, more frozen secrets are bound to emerge, deepening our understanding of the ancient past while sparking debates about the future of life on Earth. The Siberian lion cubs, frozen predators from the Pleistocene. In the depths of Siberia's permafrost, an extraordinary discovery was made in 2015. Two nearly perfectly preserved cave lion cubs, named Uyan and Dina. These cubs, estimated to be around 12,000 years old, belong to the now extinct species Panthera spilea, the mighty cave lion which once roamed vast stretches of Europe, Asia, and North America during the Ice Age. The frozen cubs, with their soft golden fur, closed eyes, and curled bodies, appear eerily lifelike, as though they could awaken at any moment. Their discovery has opened a window into the lives of one of the Ice Age's most fearsome predators. What makes Uyan and Dina particularly fascinating is the level of preservation achieved by their icy tomb. Their fur, muscles, and even internal organs remained intact, providing an unprecedented opportunity to study their anatomy and compare it to modern big cats. Scientists have already analyzed their teeth, revealing that the cubs were likely just a few weeks old when they perished. Their tiny claws still bear the sharpness they would have used to play or practice hunting in their short lives. The discovery of the cubs raises intriguing questions about the survival strategies of cave lions and the environments they inhabited. These powerful predators were apex hunters, preying on mammoths, bison, and other large herbivores. Yet their sudden extinction remains a mystery. Were they victims of climate change, which drastically altered their prey's habitats? Or did human hunting play a role? The frozen cubs offer a rare chance to investigate the ecological dynamics that may have led to the downfall of these majestic creatures. In addition to their scientific importance, Uyan and Dina have sparked debates about the possibility of reviving extinct species. With advanced techniques in genetic engineering, researchers have discussed the potential of cloning cave lions or creating hybrids with their closest living relatives, modern lions. This idea, while controversial, highlights the broader implications of discovering such well-preserved specimens in the permafrost. The frozen cubs of Siberia are poignant reminders of a bygone era, their small, lifelike forms embodying the fragility of life, even for the most fearsome of predators. As the ice continues to give up its ancient secrets, more such discoveries may come to light, providing further clues to the complex and interconnected world of the Ice Age. The mysterious skeletons of Rupkund Lake. The Skeleton Lake Enigma. In the remote reaches of the Indian Himalayas lies Rupkund Lake, a high-altitude glacial tarn that holds one of the most chilling mysteries of the ancient world. Every summer, as the ice around the lake melts, hundreds of human skeletons emerge, some remarkably well preserved in the freezing conditions. These remains, first discovered in the 1940s, date back over 1,200 years, and their frozen state has preserved not only bones but also hair, clothing, and even remnants of flesh. The mystery of Rupkund Lake, often called Skeleton Lake, has baffled scientists and historians for decades. The initial discovery led to speculation that the skeletons belonged to a single group of people who had perished in a catastrophic event. Early theories ranged from an epidemic to a military disaster or even ritual suicide. However, modern forensic analysis and DNA testing have painted a far more complex picture. The skeletons belong to at least distinct genetic groups, including individuals of South Asian, Mediterranean, and Southeast Asian ancestry, suggesting that Rupkund may have been a site of diverse pilgrimage or trade routes. One of the most startling revelations came from an examination of the injuries found on the skulls and bones. Many of the skeletons bore signs of blunt force trauma, consistent with being struck by round, heavy objects. This led researchers to propose that the group was caught in a sudden and deadly hailstorm, with hailstones the size of cricket balls raining down and causing fatal injuries. This theory aligns with local folklore, which tells of a goddess striking down a group of travelers for defiling her sacred mountain. The discovery of jewelry, wooden artifacts, and leather footwear among the remains further complicates the mystery. These items suggest that the group was well equipped for travel, but their purpose in such a remote and perilous location remains unclear. Were they religious pilgrims seeking spiritual enlightenment, or traders navigating treacherous mountain passes? Or was Rupkund Lake part of a now-forgotten cultural or spiritual ritual? The frozen skeletons of Rupkund Lake offer a haunting glimpse into a moment frozen in time, their icy graves preserving not just their physical remains, but also the unanswered questions of their fate. Each new analysis sheds light on this enigmatic event, but the full story of the Skeleton Lake continues to elude discovery, a chilling reminder of the unpredictable and unforgiving forces of nature. The mysterious frozen ice maidens of Siberia's Altai Mountains. In 1993, archaeologists excavating a burial mound high in the Altai Mountains of Siberia made a stunning discovery: the frozen remains of a young woman, known as the Siberian Ice Maiden. Dating back over 2,500 years, the Ice Maiden belonged to the Pazyryk culture, a nomadic people known for their intricate art and complex burial rituals. Her preservation was exceptional, with her skin, hair, and clothing nearly intact, thanks to the permafrost that had sealed her tomb for millennia. Alongside her body were 6 horses, lavishly adorned in elaborate harnesses, buried to accompany her into the afterlife. The Ice Maiden's body bore vivid tattoos of fantastical creatures, including deer with elongated antlers and griffin-like beasts, providing rare insight into the artistic and spiritual beliefs of the Pazyryk people. Her clothing was made from fine silk and wool, dyed with vibrant colors, indicating her high status. Analysis of her body revealed that she died in her mid-20s, likely from an illness such as breast cancer or tuberculosis, but the exact cause remains uncertain. One of the most enigmatic aspects of the Ice Maiden's burial is the care and effort that went into her preservation. Her tomb was intricately designed with wooden planks and lined with felt, suggesting that her community regarded her with deep reverence. Was she a shaman, a priestess, or perhaps a noblewoman with significant influence? Her burial alongside 6 horses and the inclusion of opulent grave goods suggest a role of great importance, but her precise identity remains a mystery. Adding to the intrigue, the Ice Maiden was not the only frozen individual found in the Altai region. Other similar burials have been discovered, including male warriors and elders, each with their own unique tattoos and elaborate funerary arrangements. Together, these findings paint a picture of a culture deeply connected to the natural and spiritual world, but also one that remains shrouded in mystery. The discovery of the Siberian Ice Maiden sparked a cultural debate, as some local groups believed that disturbing her tomb angered the spirits of their ancestors, leading to natural disasters in the region. This belief has added a layer of spiritual significance to her story, blending scientific inquiry with local folklore. The frozen Ice Maiden, with her haunting tattoos and enigmatic past, remains a symbol of the ancient Pazyryk culture's sophistication and its deep reverence for the afterlife. Her story is a testament to the power of ice to preserve not just physical remains, but also the intangible mysteries of human history and belief systems frozen in time. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on the most mysterious frozen discoveries? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.